As we are about to officially open O'Sullivan Island, I thought it would be appropriate to share with you some of its history. The island is actually named after John F. O'Sullivan. John had a varied career. He was a state representative representing Derby in the General Assembly. He was also a member of the Evening Sentinel, a newspaper, as well as the Derby Transcript. And I always thought that Mr. O'Sullivan was a mayor of Derby that it was named after. He was considered an exceptional good newspaperman with an intimate knowledge of what was going on. John O'Sullivan conceived the idea of establishing a public amusement park on the island, which eventually became known as Island Park. After acquiring possession of the island, John personally built the road from the end of Caroline Street to the island. What an endeavor that must have been. A racetrack was built on part of the island and several races were held. The lower part of the island was made into a field for baseball, football, and this area became known as O'Sullivan Field. The island grew in popularity and became the playing field for most of the leading baseball and football teams, including the Derby High School. In the final years of John's life, not having the financial support needed to continue the growth of his vision of a public park, he was content to rent the island to traveling carnivals and athletic teams. I think it is equally as important to give you a short history of the cleanup of O'Sullivan Island. O'Sullivan was owned by the state from 1948 to 1963. In 1950, the island was used as a regional fire training academy. In 1963, the city of Derby purchased the island. During the years from 1970 until 1983, the property was used by contractors to dredge materials for the Derby landfill. In 2001, the Valley Council of Government and the regional brownfields pilots secured remediation and assessment funding. In June of 2008, the EPA began removal of activities. They removed the PCB contaminated soil and 55-gallon drums. They went to great lengths, backfilling of the area, and now have returned to us a clean and safe site for our dreams of the future. I must take a moment to thank Wing Chao and the EPA for their cooperation and their expertise. And also, I also want to thank Rick Dunn. I think he is here. He's sick as could be. He's got the flu, for all of us stay away from him. And Art Bowden. We are already at work on this dream now. The Housatonic Restoration Fund has committed a $325,000 for improvements to a boat launch, a culvert, and a trail. We have submitted grant proposals to our State Department of Environmental Protection for open space, a pedestrian bridge, a boat dock, and a pier. From all indications, DEP loves our plans, and funds should be expected. You hear that, you state representatives here? Ladies and gentlemen, join me for a moment of my dream. See people fishing off the fishing pier, people docking their boats while children are playing in the fields. See the families having a picnic, listening to music, all of at the convergence of the two wonderful rivers. The greatest thing in being a mayor is to have a dream. And with that very hard work, see that dream become a reality. To all those wonderful people who have been such help, from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of every citizens of Derby, and on behalf of generations of people who will receive such joy when using this island. I'd like to thank Representative Themis, Representative Linda Gentile, Mayor Della Volpe here for coming, and Representative Sir VCOG here, which It couldn't have all happened without everybody's input and help. Thank you very much. We'll even thank Sheila O'Malley. So I welcome everybody to walk around. It's exceptionally beautiful walking along the riverbanks here. And another group of people who I do need to thank, and which have been working tirelessly, is Public Works. They have done a phenomenal job after EPA has left. They have cleaned up along the riverbanks. You know, there was mountains of dirt all along this way here, and along the river that you couldn't even see the water. They have cut down all the brush, lowered the mounds of dirt, and little by little we will continue going completely around the island, so it will be opened for the beauty of the river and for fishing and picnicking for our families to enjoy for the rest of who knows how long. Hopefully a lot longer than I will be here. So let's cut the ribbon. You hold that.
All righty.
And I'll make sure it cuts, okay?
All right, here we go.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right.
There we go.
So enjoy. Oh, we're waiting for the cup.